Hello everybody, you have tuned in to Eric Jose on Making a Murderer on YouTube. I cover virtually any aspect of making a murderer. I go over the evidence, the documents, the photos. So if you like, stay tuned, and in the future I'll have many more videos besides the one you're about to see. How you doing there, everybody? Okay, today we're here to do just a little quick kind of premiere here, but showing here just the transparency regarding the donations for MaM-A-Thon. Now I, for one, and all the hosts obviously appreciate very much everybody's donations, everybody that was kind enough to donate to Stephen and Brendan, and we obviously want all of you guys to know that it got where it was going, and we intend to show you that, and that's part of what today is about. So we're going to show you what the rules are that we have to follow to deposit the money, and what's already and how it's been going so far, and we will keep you guys up to date, of course, because we want everybody to know, number one, we appreciated it, Stephen and Brendan appreciated it, and we know that you guys were trusting us to make sure it got where it goes, so we want to make sure you guys feel good about the donations you made. So that's what this video is intended to help with, just to make sure everybody knows the money is getting to where it's supposed to go, and that's the big feel-good thing that came out of MaM-A-Thon, or one of the big feel-good things that came out of MaM-A-Thon was that we ended up raising almost $2,500 for each guy, a little over 24, I believe it was. So I mean, phenomenal, so awesome. Anyway, so that's what we're going to show you here today. I'm going to show you so far what's going on. I'm going to first show you an email that was sent to Miss Tracy Strunsey, explaining to her how often she would be able to make a deposit. And so then after that, I'm going to show you the deposits that have been made, according to the rules set forth in that email. So, all right, here we go. Ready? So you guys can see the money's getting where it's going and where it's supposed to be. And here's gonna be the email that explains the rules, basically. Okay, so this is a email from Access Deposits. That's the people that you basically you use to deposit money on the books of a prisoner there in Wisconsin, basically. And this is an email that they sent to Tracy. It says, "Thank you for your message. There is a $300 deposit limit with a single card over a 7-day period. To deposit a greater amount within that time, a different card would need to be used. Please contact our office if you have additional questions. Nathan, Customer Service, Access Corrections." Okay, so that's the rules there. Now, what Tracy also explained is not only is it a 7-day period, but that 7-day period doesn't begin until the day after you put that money in. So a day after your deposit. So it's essentially an 8-day period that you have to wait before you can deposit again. Now, she does have 2 cards, folks, but she uses one to deposit for Brendan and one to deposit for Stephen. And so she's doing it every 8 days. And so that's what we're going to show you right now in the receipts and everything. But this is why it's having to happen that way, because that's the rules there at Access Deposits, where you deposit the money on their books like this. So, okay, just so we've illustrated that. Okay, so this is the first receipt for Brendan from May 4th of 2019. You can see here, recipient name Brendan Dassey, and then down here you can see the deposit amount for $300, which is the max amount you can do, and there's a handling charge of $845, and then the total amount is $308.45. So these handling charges will get figured into each donation, unfortunately, but there's not much we can do when we can only do 300 at a time. But so those handling charges will be, handled within the amount that is going to Stephen and Brendan, but still putting a heck of a significant amount on their books to be sure. But that is what we're up against with this $300 limit, and it is unfortunate. Okay, so here's a receipt from Access Corrections, and for recipient name Stephen Avery, Wisconsin DOC Department of Corrections, You see here, $300 deposit amount, $845 handling charge, which is $308.45. So that's the deposit for May 4th of 2019. And now we'll move on to Brendan May 12th. Okay, so this is another deposit from on May 12th for Brendan Dassey. Obviously there, receipt number is different than the last one, just for those who might have been thinking anything odd. The receipt numbers are all different. Deposit amount $300, handling charge of $845, total amount $308.45. Okay, so that is for Brendan on May 12th. That is the second payment made to Brendan so far. It's a total of $600 that is on his books since MaM-A-Thon, and that will continue to grow every 8 days. Now we'll move on to Stephen's so this one's for Stephen Avery. This is for May 12th. Stephen Avery, receipt number, deposit amount of $300, handling charge, okay, total amount $308.45. So that is the second payment for Stephen, total of $600 put on his book at that point. And now we'll move on to May 21st. Okay, and this is a receipt from May 21st. This one's for Brendan Dassey. The third payment for Brendan Dassey, taking the total to $900 that he has received so far. And down here, deposit amount $300, receipt number $845, handling charge $308.45, total amount. So that means that's a total of $900 that's been on his put on his books, and that will continue to grow, as I said before. And now we'll move on to Stephen's deposit on May 21st. Alrighty, so and this is the May 21st deposit for Stephen Avery. Obviously, deposit amount $300, receipt number, handling charge, so total amount $308.45. So that is a total of $900 that has been put on Steve's books, adding times 845 times 3, which is approximately about right around $30 too. So but that all gets covered by the donated amount. So but it's still gonna, like I said, put ultimately about $2,300 on each one of their books. So that's going to be pretty awesome. They're going to be able to do pretty much whatever they want, or in terms of what they can do with money in prison, and they can buy themselves snacks and cool stuff like that. And like I said, for Brendan, he gets to he gets to buy the people that come to see him a meal and that sort of stuff. So I think that's kind of cool. And I'm just happy to know that he's going to have plenty of money in there to do that. So thank you, everybody, so much for your generosity.
All right. So there you go, everybody. That's the update. Just wanted to show everybody, being completely transparent with the fact that the donations are getting to where they're supposed to go. Just wanted to go ahead and show everybody that, just so. Not saying anybody was questioning, but, just in case. The peace of mind of knowing that your donations went where they're supposed to. That's the idea here. We want everybody to know that that's happening. So we're going to continue to update you as the donations continue to go in. We also wanted you guys to understand that we are on this process where we can only do $300 per 8-day period, unfortunately. So we're also wanting to be transparent so everybody can understand that process and see that happen as well. So once again, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for all the generous donations from everybody that donated during MaM-A-Thon, for everybody that tuned in, for everybody that was part of it, that made it such a successful event. But yeah, I mean, just everything. It was the community, the sense of community during MaM-A-Thon. I think that was just even the best part. And I hope we're going to see that again here at Rally in 3 weeks with a lot of us going live and stuff from Rally and that sort of stuff. I'm hoping we're going to kind of maybe generate a bit of that atmosphere again. It was really fun. It was good. It was it got a lot of people really kind of excited about the case again, and really just, I just think it was a real shot in the arm for a lot of people. And so, like I said, thank you so much for everybody that showed up, participated, even donated for Stephen and Brendan. Thank you so much for your generosity. We can't thank you enough, and we will continue to update you on the process of getting all this money put onto Stephen and Brendan's canteen. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe. We'll see you.
So one of these things that hit me is when this documentary came out, I kind of watched it and it's moving. You know, it's a great film.
Have any of you guys seen the movie?
Yeah.
Making a Murderer?
Making a Murderer.
It's a series on Netflix.
Yeah, and so I got bit by it and I went into the trial transcripts and there's a whole community out there and yeah, the guy's still in prison actually. And it's actually some stuff happening in the case which is exciting, but it's just a regular guy that corrupt officials thought no one would care about, but what happened was there's 2 young filmmakers that decided to film it all for 10 years and they made this documentary. It's a really great watch. So, and the last name of the individual is Avery, and so I wrote this song kind of saying, you know, it could happen to any of us, and that whole injustice anywhere is a threat to justice, justice everywhere. So this one's called Avery Road. Feel free to drum too. It takes place in Wisconsin, this whole saga. Wisconsin can be so cold. The scales of justice can erode. We accept lies big and bold. All we forget, we live on Avery Road. We live on Avery Road. Should be easy to see. This could be you, could be me. We shouldn't sit by idly, accepting everything, all that we are told. We live on Avery Road. We live on Avery Road. We live on Avery Road. Oh, thanks, Kevin.